Hi, I'm Robin with Kell Processing and welcome to my channel. Here I like to teach buyers, loan officers, and real estate agents how to have smoother transactions. Today I'm working remotely, so I'm not where I usually am, so I thought it might be a good opportunity to talk about how people live and work now. So let's get into it. So at home, I have a desktop computer with two screens. I have a commercial grade copier that is a scanner as well. And I also have a very large shredder that Enron would have loved to have. Okay, maybe it's too early for an Enron joke. But anyways, I have a very big shredder because I do a lot of shredding. At one point in time, our business was very much paper orientated and it had a lot of personal information. So my office is set up in a very specific way, but whenever I travel, I don't have that opportunity. I have my one little screen here with my laptop and my secondary screen, and that's pretty much about it. And I think that that's how a lot of people have kind of transitioned. At one point in time, whenever I would ask for conditions from borrowers, they would send them from work because at work they would use their work copier, scanner, those kind of things, and it made things really simple. Now, with a lot of people working remotely, a lot of times people don't have access to those things. And very few people have full computers and printers at their home anymore. To make matters even worse, we went down from having desktop computers to laptop computers to tablets to cell phones. And a lot of people want to do all of their business from a cell phone, and a lot of times it's just not feasible. So I'd like to go over the different ways that you can send in conditions for review whenever you don't have a full office at your disposal. Most things needed in a transaction these days can be downloaded, whether that's your paycheck stubs, W-2s, bank statements, tax returns, documents on your current home. Those things can typically be accessed from a website, or maybe you even have them saved in some kind of cloud storage device. So those can be attached to an email and then sent to your loan officer or your processor for review. Some things may be in a hard copy format, or you may be somebody that just doesn't deal with technology and prefer things to be held in paper. So getting those documents to us for the lender to review for your original submission and for clearing your conditions is very important. So we're going to go over different ways that you can do that and make sure that you get it to us as cleanly as possible so that there are no delays in your transaction. Your hard documents can be sent by fax or scan. And yes, I said fax. Some people still have them. I keep a fax number because I do find it comes in handy, and some businesses still conduct business by fax. A lot of times too, I can get a better copy by a fax than I can from a picture off a phone, but we're going to go over that in a minute. So you can go to a local UPS store, FedEx, Office Depot, maybe even a Sam's or a Walmart, depending on your location, and they can charge you per page to get those documents over to us. So that's one way that you can do it. This is only if you don't have access to being able to do this at work, or if you don't have a family member maybe that has a fax scanner at home that you could use. Another thing that you can do is go to your realtor or your loan officer's office. They would be happy to help you with this. They want to close your transaction just as badly as you do, and they typically have a little bit better office equipment than you might have at your disposal. So you can go to your loan officer or your realtor, and then this is at no cost. So that's always a good option. There is another option to take pictures with your cell phone, but this should only be used whenever there's a few pages that need to be sent. They're typically for the final conditions, or if you have picture IDs that you need to send for submission. This should not be used for your original submission documents, as that is way too many pages to get by one page at a time and then have to convert them into PDF. So whenever you're at the end of your transaction and you need a letter of explanation or an updated paycheck stub, something like that can easily be sent by phone so that you can get that over quicker, but it is not something that should be used from the start of the transaction. Now, some people have the ability to send pictures by phone very clearly. They come out very nice, and I do not have to reject them. Other times I get pictures that are horrible. They are just not usable. They're not legible. Even with the best phones, the photographer has to be able to take good pictures. So here's a few things that you've got to think about. I would love to show you some examples from some pictures that were sent to me by actual borrowers because I think you might get a kick out of them. But unfortunately, for privacy reasons, I cannot do that. But what I am going to do is take some pictures of my own documents, just some random things I have around the house. The content actually doesn't matter, but I want to give you some examples of the type of pictures that I see from people. So there are things like this and this. And you want to make sure that you don't do this. So let's talk about good ways to send those photos. You want to make sure that whenever you take the picture, you do it possibly with a scanner. You can get a PDF scanner from your app store, and this will enable you to scan the documents, typically black and white documents, pretty legibly. This is not to be used for anything with color or pictures. The PDF scanners just don't work that well. They're better. I'm sure the paid versions might be a little bit better, but the free versions are really just for black and white documents. So that's one option. So you get a PDF scanner and then you can scan in the document, but you still have to line up the edges to make sure that you're not cutting anything off. Now, if you don't have a PDF scanner and or you're taking a picture of something that has a picture, such as your driver's license or something else that has different colors, those PDF scanners, the pixels just don't come out very well. So you want to just go ahead and take it like a normal picture, but you'd want to do it where you don't have edges cut off and you also have good lighting. So you want to make sure that whenever you do it, you're not between you and your light source, meaning this. Don't take your photo like this, okay? Because what's going to happen is the light above you is going to be blocked by your body. I get many of them that maybe it's not a full body, but then people will do this with their phones. So what happens is my document gets very, very dark because the light is not getting all the way to the document. So you want to make sure that your document is not backlit like that. So you want to put it up to where you've got some good lighting. Kitchens and bathrooms are typically good for this if you're at the house. Also, anything near a window, if you've got a desk by a window or a table by a window, you can put the document to where the window's here, documents here, and you're here. Then you can typically get a good picture. So you want to make sure that you do that. Don't hold the camera at weird angles, okay? Don't try to take a picture where you're holding the camera here and the form is going like this to where you look like you're the intro of Star Wars. That is not going to be very legible for the lender. Also, if your document has been folded, okay, that was good. If your document has been folded, and I've seen this many times, people will take this, put it just like this, and then take a picture like this. So you're coming at it at a weird angle, the document's folded, you've got some backlighting, you can't see this. So this is not good quality. If your document has been folded, it's real easy. All you got to do on that same little seam is just slightly back fold it wherever it's done and then kind of just smooth it out and looky there. The document comes out nearly flat. So you want to make sure that you do that. So the other thing is, and I can't stress this enough, for people of my age, if you need glasses to be able to see things up close, which I didn't used to, but now at my age I do, so I have these little cheat readers. If you need glasses to see your cell phone well, wear your glasses to take the picture, to look at it afterwards, to make sure it's a good quality before you send it on. You're just going to save yourself a lot of hassle where you don't get a rejection from your processor or your loan officer saying it's not legible. Because not only do we have to be able to see these in the format that you're sending them, whether it's JPEG or whatever picture format that you're going to send it from your cell phone, we have to convert them into a PDF because most lender systems, with very few exceptions, only take PDF uploads. Every now and again, the system might take a JPEG, but typically, again, they only want those for IDs because those IDs have all the security and they know that those JPEGs are going to come in pretty well. But documents, they do not want them one at a time. They do not want them in a JPEG format or any of the other picture formats. So they want us to convert them into PDF. And so for us to do that, sometimes I'll get a nice, I don't want to say nice, sometimes I'll get a reasonable copy of a picture. And then the minute I pull it in to a JPEG, because the pixels were so low on the photo, I don't know if they're using an Apple II or a Samsung 4, but sometimes those pictures come in and by the time I convert them into a PDF, they're very blurry, they're very boxy, especially on things with numbers like bank statements. You just can't read it. In conclusion, we want to make sure that we want to get good copies to the lender. So whenever you send them over to us, downloads are better. If you can download, attach it to an email, or put it into a secure Dropbox or lender loan officer portal that's been provided to you, that is going to give us our best copy. If you cannot do that, then scanning a hard document in, faxing a hard document in are going to give pretty decent quality pictures, so long as the scanner that you're using is good quality or the fax machine that you're using is good quality. I have actually had bad quality photos or documents come to me from those systems as well, but that's probably more on the tech side of it. Maybe it's an older system. So again, it's good to look at those things before you send them. And if you do take photos, make sure that they're good photos before you send. No cut off edges, no redacted information. You are not in the CIA. You do not need to mark things out. We cannot take marked out documents, but we'll talk about that another time. And you want to make sure that it is all legible and good copy with good lighting. So the better quality documents that you can get to us, the faster we can get your conditions cleared by the lender. So that's it. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you are a loan officer or a realtor out there, I know my channel is new. I don't have that many videos out yet, but I am working on them. I've got a whole list of different topics that I want to go into, and eventually I want to go over specific stories and such that have come across my desk. But if you do know of anybody that's in the industry, please share my channel with them. They don't have to use my processing services or consider me for loan officer or realtor services. That's okay. I just want to help people learn how to have better transactions, and that way it's going to be smoother for everybody. I feel like our industry is a team and we can learn a lot from each other. So please share me with anybody you like that's in the industry that you think that might find this helpful. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.